This guy. It's Joseph. This van feels looking really good in there. Hey, look at that. Looks pretty comfy. He's waving at us. If you all wondered, he doesn't have a lot of fingers. That wasn't... Maybe he was giving me the middle finger. Way to go, Joseph. There's downtown Vancouver over there. It's a little bit of a cloudy morning, but still a beautiful place to be. Wow. CRUZ back there doing his business. I gotta tell you guys, it sure feels good to be back somewhere that feels like home. This right here at this beach is where it all began for me. When I started my van life just about 3 years ago, this is one of the very first places I came down and parked out for the entire day. Doors wide open, and felt proud about the lifestyle I just started. So this place offers a bit of comfort, I guess. Anyway, me and Joseph are gonna have ourselves a little social distance coffee. We're a good 8 feet apart. We're good. You guys hear that noise? That's the sound of his diesel heater. And that ticky noise you hear, that's his fuel pump for the heater. So when you guys get a diesel heater, expect to have your van make a little bit of noise while it's sitting there on the side of the road. I would say that's a pretty small trade-off for anybody that needs a good dry heat source, but for those who are hella concerned about stealthy, that is a very uncommon noise to be hearing from a caravan. But the heat on the inside of that thing is probably damn good, isn't it?
Oh yeah, dude, it's awesome. I had it up to 45 degrees Celsius in here, and it was -10 outside. just check it out how much heat I could actually pump.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a hot yoga studio.
So he's making his coffee with his little jet boil thing.
Betcha.
Van list is looking good, man.
Thanks, man.
It's coming along.
It is coming along.
We have to do a van tour after all this distance thing is out of the way.
Yeah, should be done this in less than a month.
When are you starting your channel?
Very soon.
Gus, this is exactly 6 feet.
Okay, you are just over 200 centimeters away. 2 meters. Yeah.
Look at this, man. Just making sure.
Perfect social distancing.
I'm gonna have to Lysol the end of my tape measure here.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah,
Clean that off.
no, you can't. Actually,
Yep. Little lowrider songs playing while I'm grabbing some groceries. That's actually the ringtone on my phone too. Topped up on a few groceries today, hash browns, and definitely some vegetables. So we grabbed some fruit, we got some raspberries. I grabbed myself a big bundle of bananas. But one thing I haven't seen in a while was a grocery store that had lots of vegetables. So we got some pre-mixed salads here. I'm pretty stoked for this. I was gonna buy some more, but I didn't want them to go bad. These ones are only good for about another 4 or 5 days, and I gotta eat them. But it felt really good to actually be back in a grocery store that is loaded with tons of fruits and vegetables. Because when you're hitting a grocery store in the smaller towns, their vegetable departments very much lacked. I don't know if they just weren't big vegetable eaters like Vancouver is, but pretty stoked to get in on these. If you guys hear any weird, you hear that? Any weird noises while this is going, right beside that side of my phone is the co-star to this show sleeping right beside my phone. So if you hear any weird noises, it's just CRUZ. Hey? All right, we're propped up right beside him. So I want to start this video off with welcoming all the new people to the channel. We have been growing so fast month after month, and I just want to say welcome to everybody and say hi to everybody in the comments. And if you guys need anything from me on the channel, please by all means put them in the description of this video, and I will get to the comments, all of them in this one, and we'll see if we can start making videos of some of the topics that you guys would like to see here. On that note, this is just a simple little update video and to show you guys some of the new things that we've bought for the van. First off, these aren't for the van, these are kind of for you guys. Well, for those who want them anyway. See this box? A little bigger than my hand. Look at it. That's it. It ain't very big. This box cost me $1,000. $1,000. You guys want to see what's inside of it? Are you guys ready? $1,000. It is a box of stickers. All sorts of different kinds. I'm not going to pull them all out, but stickers. $1,000 worth of stickers. You know what that means? That means we have brand new sticker packs available right now. So on the channel, we do 4 stickers, and I throw in a business card because I like my business cards. 4 stickers for $10. The links to that are in the description of this video. So I'm still unsure about how to do this, so let me think. Let me show you my new stickers. We got Peace, Love, and Weirdos, because that's just super fun. We have the one you see on my shirt, the What's Up Weirdos. And we've got our standard Weirdos Unite sticker, which you've all seen before. And then we made Canada and US versions of our Weirdos Unite logo. There's the Canadian one, eh? And there's the one for the USA. So far, these are the only 2 that I've put together, because these are my 2 biggest audiences on my channel. The other 2 is the UK and Australia. So I think I'm going to be working on those 2 next after these, but this is a majority of my audiences, you 2 beautiful people. The rest of you, if you're not from the UK and you're not from Australia, I don't know if I'm going to be making any other ones, because these all cost me money for the design and stickers as well. So the new sticker packs are going to be the same thing. They're going to be 4 stickers for $10. So you will receive 1, 2. If you're from Canada, this will automatically be put in there. 3, 4. We all know I got stuck in my van not that long ago, so I picked myself up a tow strap. These are not cheap. They were about 60 bucks. And I bought this primarily just to make myself feel better. And this is only 30 feet long. I kind of wouldn't mind buying 2 of them. Maybe I'll do that with some of the profits from my stickers, but it was hard to spend the money on 2 of them. That would have been like 120 bucks just so I could have 60 foot worth of tow strap. The good thing about this is if you're ever out somewhere and another truck drives by, you could strap this to your van, strap this to the bumper of another vehicle, and see if they can pull you out of any situations you might be in. I bought this primarily just for peace of mind, and it's nice to also have the tools to get pulled out, because those trucks that drive by you might not be prepped with this. So if you're prepped in your van, you could get out of a situation without calling a tow truck. You know what, just don't get yourself in this situation like I did, stuck on ice in a hill just offside of a main road. But picking this up really made me feel good. Plus, spending so much time in the backcountry over the last month, having a flashlight was something I very much needed. I have a little headlamp, but it wasn't really very bright. So I found these at a local, won't be able to put a link to these because I found these at a department store out here called Canadian Tire. So these were 20 bucks. So it's got regular flashlight and it is super bright. And another one, and then a flash one, and then a red, just in case you need, yeah. And also a black light. Can you see the purple? And a black light, which is kind of cool because it makes things glow. But these are cool. So I bought 2 of these. And I think having a flashlight in your van is just a good idea because you never know when you get in a situation and you're like, boom, what's that? And you like to see what is actually going on outside. This is also the reason why I've been wanting to put perimeter lights on the top of my van on my roof rack. That way, if I'm ever out in the woods and I need to get out of the van and see something and it's pitch black out, I can hit the switch and boom, it lights up the perimeter of my van, primarily for safety. So I picked up a couple of these. Always a good idea to keep a good flashlight or 2. I've been in my van for 2.5 years. Never really ever had a proper, yeah. But I've been spending a lot more time in the backcountry lately. Okay, so I got a few other things here I bought. Let's start with this. We got ourselves some bear spray because being out there, me and CRUZ are going for walks and it's nice and a good idea to have something to just, if there's a cougar or anything like that kicking around or a bear, to have some protection. So the only thing I didn't order, which I'm going to, is a little pouch so I can carry it on my hip when me and CRUZ are out for a walk. And I'm going to be keeping one in my van back here, so if something ever goes on, I'm cooking, something walks by the campsite, comes towards us, bang, I got it. So having some bear spray in your van is always a good idea. I've never carried anything like this before, so this is a very first time purchase for me, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool when you buy things for the very first time. All right, so on the note of safety, I live in Canada and I've never feared for my life out here. I've never been scared. I've never worried about somebody coming close. It's just not, it's never been that fearful place for me. Some people maybe, but I've never ever felt that need for a weapon until all of this virus stuff came along. And I was hiding out in the bush and it's super quiet out there. There's only me, animals, and that's it. And not knowing what's going on in the world, not knowing if this virus has turned the world into zombies and they're about to come up there. I don't worry about that stuff, but you know what I mean? So I ended up going through some thoughts in my mind where I'm going, you know what? Sorry, my dog's sleeping right beside the thing. You hear that? So I started to think about protection, and that's the very first time I've ever thought about protection. So I have picked myself up a few things. Where's the first one? I picked myself up a little baby baseball bat. It's called the Brooklyn Shorty. It's just a small little bat. When I was online, I'm like, you know what? Hey, whatever. I've never had anything like this in my vehicle. I always just figured if someone had a problem, I was about to knock some heads myself. And I'm not fearful that way. If someone broke in my van, they're gonna be, yeah, they were gonna hurt without the weapon, you know? So as a Canadian, having a weapon is something that I think most Canadians don't think about. It's not a part of our process out here. Maybe that's why they always joke with us that we're just great Canadian, we're the friendly country, you know? So, but anyway, I did end up picking up myself something little for protection. And speaking of that, I grabbed myself a couple of knives at the same time. This one is a machete because I don't know if you guys remember a long time ago, I used to have this really long machete. I got it for like 10 bucks or something. I bent it. I was whacking away at something and it literally just like twisted the blade. It was a piece of garbage. So I picked myself up this one. So it's a lot smaller in the form factor, but it's got a bit of a thicker, heavier weighted end. Look at that thing. Whew. It's always good to have a machete because you never know if you need to go weed whack or you know, knock away some brush for whatever reason. So I picked this up at a place called camouflage.ca. They're a local like tactical surplus store here in Vancouver and around British Columbia. And I also picked myself up a small little knife because lately I've been carrying a pocket knife in my pocket, and I found that once you start carrying a pocket knife, you will end up using that pocket knife a lot. So I did spend a little bit of extra money. I actually did some research on these. I just didn't order one because I didn't want to waste the money. So I did a little bit of research on these things. I ordered this one from camouflage.ca. This one I got from Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's, same company. If you guys didn't know that, Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop are the same. So yeah, feels nice to have something a little bit better to kind of like piss around with when I'm camping or in the backcountry, and or protection if needed. And this is just a bad boy and a beast. And well, you could use this as protection if you wanted to like chop a head off. Don't chop somebody's head off. And the bat. So these are all very new things for me. And if you wanted to go that route, we've got some protection here too as well. I wouldn't want to blast this in a van because poor me and CRUZ would be like, but so yeah, it kind of feels nice to have some of these things around, because I've been in my van now for, it'll be going on 3 years this coming September, and I've never feared for myself. I've never feared for anything. But when you spend time in the backcountry and you know it's just you all out there by yourself, it's nice to have something to knock a few heads with if you had to. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching, and welcome to everybody that just came by to visit for the very first time and or are new here. And those of you guys who love what we do, please come over and check us out on Patreon. We post on there every single day in real time. It's also a great way to support the creators that you love. So if you are watching a YouTube channel, whether it be mine or somebody else's, and you really enjoy what they're doing, helping those little channels out financially are a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you soon.